Welcome into the Birds of the Roundtable, the great Eagles free agency and draft debate. Got an exciting show for you guys today. Be sure you're chiming in the comments, but we're going to have some debate topics today. We're going to be judging. You guys can judge. Tell us who you think's winning these debates. Maybe even suggest questions in the comments if you want to. Really excited for this show. Ready to get into it. Joined as always by Dibes. Give him a follow on Twitter at Mr. Crockpot. Dibes, how are you doing tonight?
Dude, I'm fighting a cold. Thought I was getting better today. It was a lot better than the last few days, but my voice is slowly going away. So I fully expect to have no voice by the end of the show.
All right. Well, it sounds like you're going to lose these debates then, which will be nice. No, sorry to hear that. Hope your voice gets better right after you debate me, but before you debate Ryan.
Oh.
And also joined by Ryan Reese. Give him a follow on Twitter at Philly Sports PSA. Ryan, how are you doing?
I'm doing well. I am thankfully not fighting off a cold, but yeah, my voice is ready. I've been practicing all night and I'm ready to go.
All right, so let's go ahead and dive into it here. You guys keep the comments coming as we go along here. So what we're going to do, we're going to spin the wheel to see who is the judge for the first question. We've got a wheel with 16 random questions on it. We'll get a random question, and the two remaining members are going to debate that question against one another on a 30-second timer. You get 30 seconds to make your case, and then the judge will award a point to the winner. So if that's not clear as mud, I don't know. Ask Dibes.
I have one rule, is that if you go first when it's your turn to debate and you pick a player, that person that goes after you cannot pick that player. They have to go a different route. Yeah. They can't agree. Oh, sure. It's got to be a different avenue.
Yeah. You got to take opposite sides.
That'd be really bad for debating.
Yeah. Yes. So for example,
I agree.
For example, if the question was, will the Eagles take an offensive tackle in the first round of the draft, and Dibes takes the no side, Ryan has to argue for the yes position, whether he believes it or not, and try to sway me as the judge. So
yeah, I'm going to argue the crap out of
that. All right. Before we start, can you guys hear me okay? I'm getting that little flashing Wi-Fi signal. So
you sound fine. Your video seems to be like pausing here and there.
A little choppy, but yeah, we'll get through it.
Okay. Well, hopefully it works. It worked fine for stuff earlier today, so hopefully that continues to be the case. So, all right, Dibes, go ahead and spin that wheel. We'll see. This is to see who will be the judge for the first question.
Oh, yeah. Let's go. Come on. Push.
All right, so I'm the one that has no possibility to win the first debate point here.
I don't know if that's
okay.
a bad thing.
Yeah, I don't know. We'll see. So I will be judging. Let's throw up the wheel of questions now and give it a spin.
Questions.
I do feel like Dibes has a bit of an advantage here because he's the one that ultimately put in the questions. So Ryan and I don't know what some of these are. We help brainstorm some of them, but the question here is the biggest position of need the Eagles must address in the 2024 NFL draft is fill in the blank. And I get to pick who goes first?
Yeah, let's treat it like you're the winner. So you pick, use that to your advantage. Go.
All right. I'll give it to Ryan here. Ryan.
Of course.
Talk to me about linebacker.
Yes, linebacker. Listen, yes, linebacker is clearly the biggest position of need. While they did go ahead and get Devin White, I don't think that's enough. I think, when you look at the linebackers the Eagles have, all two of them essentially, and Dean and White, you need somebody that's going to be able to cover a tight end, for crying out loud, and somebody that can lead this team. And it has to be an easy choice to draft a linebacker this year.
Can the judge mute the other person's mic when we hit zeros?
Yes, I love it.
I think we should be able to do that. Okay. All right. So Ryan says linebacker. Dibes, tell me about any position other than linebacker.
It's got to be the safety position. The most important position for the defense moving forward under Vic Fangio has to be the safety spot. Sidney Brown, I don't know how much you can rely on him going forward at the start of 2024. Really excited about CJ Gardner Johnson, but he's more of a nickel. He's more of a slot guy. Give me a high, big name guy like a Tyler Nubin at the top of round 1 or round 2 for the Philadelphia Eagles, baby. Safety, lock it in.
All right. I like that beeping there. All right. Well, you both make compelling cases here. But I hold a strong opinion that safety is the queen of Vic Fangio's chessboard.
Let's go.
And you hit the nail on the head for me that I want Chauncey Gardner-Johnson in the slot as much as possible. So I will give this one 2 Dibes at the safety position by a slim margin.
And that's some BS.
Rudy says, yep, safety. Brock Bowers says Tessa to the Birds at 22. I'd be shocked if he's sitting there.
I mean, I'll do it.
All right.
I could see a scenario where he falls into the late teens, at least.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's possible. All right, let's do this. Next question. I am the judge this time.
Oh, man. I have a feeling I'm going to be arguing a lot today.
I've got one on the scoreboard. All right, next question for Shane and Ryan. My favorite 2 targets on day 2 of the 2024 NFL Draft for the Eagles is.
Wait, so we're talking about 2 guys each?
Yeah.
In 30 seconds? All right.
30 seconds. Right. Ryan, go. You're on the clock.
Okay, clearly it's Adrian Cooper, linebacker. I don't care. I'm still on linebacker. It's super important. You can go ahead and get the best linebacker in this draft in the 2nd round. And then with the next pick, you're going to go ahead and bring in tight end 2 in J.T. Sanders from Texas. We did this with Brent Selleck, and we got Zach Ertz. We did this with Zach Ertz when we got Dallas Goedert. We're doing it again this year. We're helping the offense, and we're helping the defense. Let's go.
All right. Did the video stop for you for some reason?
A little bit, yeah. It got weird.
Yeah, that was weird. Right? I don't know if it's glitching or what. Weird. Okay, anyway. All right, JT Sanders and Adrian Cooper for Ryan. I'm shocked. I'm shocked by those 2 selections.
I'm never talking about either of those guys ever.
Rudy Poo says Javon Bullard and Ennis Rakestraw, 2 guys I love as well. Shane, 30 seconds, go.
All right. Safety, Tyler Nubin out of Minnesota is going to be the first guy off the board. The Eagles need to address the safety position. I also can't see the timer, so I don't know how much time I have, but I'll go to the offensive side of the ball and take wide receiver Xavier Legette. I think he is huge, ridiculously fast. He would be a weapon in this offense, and given the wide receiver market, if you're not taking a receiver on day 2, you don't know what you're doing.
Oh. That's a good one. I kind of forgot who our judge was for a second, and those were 2 good ones for Dives.
All right. That's hard. Those are 4 guys that I absolutely love. Adrian Cooper's here. I like JT Sanders, but I don't want to address the tight end position. I think it's got to be safety, linebacker, defensive back. Just continue that train. I love the wide receiver choice of Xavier Legette. He's been my guy. Shane, I think he played me there. And then I love Tyler Nubin as well. But it's Adrian Cooper all the way. It's Adrian Cooper. Give me Ryan with the W. The answer is Adrian Cooper. Always pound it. Say it into existence for the Philadelphia Eagles.
I thought we said realistic Eagles day 2 targets.
He is. I think he's a realistic target. Number 50.
Eagles don't take 2nd-round linebackers. Come on now.
They also don't sign Saquon Barkley running back as well.
Okay, fair enough.
All right. Ryan, you are on the clock here.
On the board, baby. Let's go. All right. Let's see what our topic shall be.
Let's kind of like glitchy or something. A little slow.
Yeah, that's what it is.
Next question.
Come on. Give us a good one here. All right, you guys are going to be debating which Eagle player makes the biggest leap in their development in 2024. Since Dives already has a point and Shane was just shut out, I'm going to give the nod to Shane. Go ahead, lead us off. Who takes the biggest leap in the development for the next year?
It's going to be, I'm going to go with Cam Jurgens. I thought Cam Jurgens struggled at right guard last year, but he was hand selected by Jason Kelce to be his successor at center. He's had 2 years now working with Stoutland. He had a full year starting next to Jason Kelce. You're going to see him slide over to the center position, and I think he's going to play a lot better this season than we saw him at right guard last year. So I will take Cam Jurgens for the big leap in year number 3.
Okay, I like that. All right.
Also, that timer definitely froze at 28 seconds, and I had no
I
idea how much time I had.
I think it's more or less the sound that is accurate, and we should just go by that.
I'm going to reshare it and see what happens. Yeah, let's just do the set. We could just do. I don't know. It doesn't matter.
All right, go ahead.
Rudy Poo says Tyler Steen. But yeah, the guy that I think is going to take the next leap, it's got to be Nakobe Dean. Nakobe Dean has to. If Howie Roseman, the Eagles, they're banking on the offense to be elite, top 5 in all facets in 2024. They really need the defense to be average at best. That starts with Nakobe Dean showing that he is serviceable at the linebacker position and making a huge leap forward as a tackler, staying healthy on the football field.
Oh man. I was, as soon as Shane said Jurgens, I was like, you know what? Dives is totally going to say Nakobe Dean, isn't he? And listen, I get it. Play with my heart, and listen, it's the right call. I don't necessarily think. I think Jurgens is going to have a great year. I just think the biggest leap is going to be Dean if this Eagles team is going to truly excel at linebacker. He's got to step up. So, and I want it more than I want it for Jurgens. I'm rooting for this kid hard. So sorry, Shane.
I got 2, baby. I only need 2 more, and I get the dub, and the show's over.
Okay, well, we'll make sure that doesn't happen.
Yeah. We need David in here for next.
I know. He's the best of us.
I mean, realistically, if Nakobe Dean stays healthy for 3 games, that'll be a huge leap. So.
Oh, snap.
All right, the next question on the board. The best move from the Eagles during the offseason was Shane. You can go first. You're on the clock.
All right. It's bringing Chauncey Gardner Johnson back. It's a really team-friendly deal. 3 years, $33 million, but there's only $10 million guaranteed. So it's basically a 3-year deal, but the last 2 years are team options. He brings stability at safety. He brings flexibility in the slot. He allows the Eagles to walk into the draft and select slot cornerback and play Chauncey Gardner Johnson at safety. They can take a safety and play him in the slot. A lot of flexibility.
All right. DJ Gardner Johnson for Shane. Ryan, who are you going with?
This is an easy one. It's Saquon frigging Barkley. We stole this man from the New York Giants. The Giants fans are still crying about it. We finally have ourselves a third down back. We've been running through wide receivers left and right, year after year. And quite frankly, I don't want to see another second of Kenny Gainwell out on the field. Saquon Barkley is running for 1,800 yards. Book it now. Let's go, offense running. Let's go.
All right. Saquon for Ryan. Gardner Johnson for Shane. Unpopular opinion, Jurgens doesn't start at center. That's
Ooh, who starts at center?
Yeah, let us know, Danny. That's an interesting
Howard Johnson.
question. The winner to this one, I love your take, Ryan. Saquon, I'm excited to see him play. But truthfully, it's the defense and the versatility, the swag that Gardner Johnson is going to bring to the Philadelphia Eagles. We need his playmaking. We need his versatility. We need all of that in Midnight Green in 2024. Shane, you're on the board, man.
Yes.
Way to go, Sean.
Yeah.
Let's go.
That doesn't count as a point for Shane. It's for Sean.
All right.
Oh man. Yeah.
Next question.
I kind of figured I was doomed there.
I've got 2. Ryan has 1. Shane has 1. And now.
So does Sean.
All right. How does the Eagles defense need to change in 2024? Ryan, I'll throw it to you first.
All right. So I have a 3-step plan. It's get younger, get quicker, and learn how to freaking tackle somebody, because all 3 of those things just were not a part of this team. We were slow, lethargic. It was absolutely ugly. And you know what? Gardner Johnson coming back to this team does add that level of just attitude. And that's what they need to play with. They need to play with an absolute attitude. Go ahead, run around, hit people, and tackle. That's what you got to do.
All right, Dibes.
Hold on a second. Hold on.
Okay.
The clock isn't working. I don't like it.
Yeah, I noticed.
All right. It's back. If I remove it and then add it, it works. All right.
Okay.
I like how Ryan addressed the pass defense. That's good and all. But for me, the Eagles defense has to get back at stopping the run. And for me, that is Jordan Davis. That is Jalen Carter. That is Milton Williams cementing themselves as elite run stuffers, getting after the quarterback, creating pressure up the middle. Start with the interior defensive line, getting back to being the bread and butter of the Philadelphia Eagles.
Well, you're both wrong.
I had a feeling you were going to say something.
Because the correct answer is don't be coached by Sean Desai. Don't be coached by Matt Patricia. All right. I am going to give this one to Ryan. Faster, better tackling, younger. You got to get the young guys on the field. Got to use the speed. Got to go make some tackles. But I mean, hey, being able to stop the run is really nice too. So shout out to Dibes for runner up there.
No, they got killed against the run, man. That's got to stop.
Not wrong.
It says trade Jordan Davis and sign Calais Campbell. Is that?
But it's the only C. Campbell I can think of off the top of my head. Yeah. Let's get old as hell.
Adrian Cooper won't fix the tackling problems, but he couldn't tackle a hitting dummy.
Disagree.
Mr. Rudy Poo says, want to improve the defense, take the captain away from
geez.
Darius Slay and play more man coverage, says I texted.
The hate for Darius Slay among Eagles fans is something I've just never understood.
Yeah. It's weird. I think they just expect something different and they just forget easily.
Yeah. All right. Ryan.
It's 2-2 to 1-1.
Ryan, your question.
All right, gentlemen. We are debating. Let's not go over. The Eagles will draft blank in the first round of the 2024 draft. And I will go with Shane. Who we drafting first, buddy?
Cooper DeJean. He's going to be the Eagles pick. He's going to fall. I think he's going to fall into that range, white cornerback first round. He's got some safety background. He can play in the slot a little bit. He's a piece that you can pair with Gardner Johnson really well on the back end of the defense. You got 2 guys that can play some safety. They can play some slot. DeJean can bounce to the outside. That gives Vic Fangio a lot of flexibility to disguise his looks on the back end.
All right, I like it. All right, Dabs, you are up.
All right. In the first round, the Philadelphia Eagles will shock everyone, trade back to the back end of the first round, and we're all going to be hanging out with our buddies. We're going to be in the studio. We're going to be drinking beers, having Jack and Cokes, all that stuff. And we will start jumping for joy when Howie Roseman selects Adrian Cooper to the Philadelphia Eagles. And everybody's mind blown. We're all excited. And the new wave Philadelphia Eagles begin right now.
That is a pathetic amount of pandering. You can't award a point to Ryan for saying that Adrian Cooper is a realistic pick at 50 and then pander to Ryan saying he's a first round pick here. You can't have it both ways. I throw a flag.
He's playing the game. We didn't set ground rules. We didn't have a no pandering rule. Oh, damn it. Listen, not gonna lie, Shane. You were kind of doomed the second you said Cooper to Gene. And I think Dives could have went a multitude of different ways here without pandering. I do, unfortunately. I don't like to do this. I have to give it. Damn it. I have to give it to Dives.
Let's go.
Just know, and giving it to Dives, you're invalidating the point he gave you earlier. I'm appealing this to David when he gets back.
You're not wrong.
All right, I got 3.
Either way, one of us are getting the point next time, and we're going to edge closer to knocking him out.
Oh, I probably won't get a single point moving forward.
Yeah, I want him to get right there and then just fade away.
I love it. All right. Next question. We need some background music for this.
Yeah, right? Like dum dum dum. Oh boy.
Whoa. What is your bold prediction for the 2024 Eagles? Okay, let me get this thing up. What is your bold prediction for the 2024 Eagles? Ryan, lead us off.
I'm going to go with the Eagles get 14 wins, and they are going to the Super Bowl once again. The defense is a top 10 defense. There's a lot of fixes that have happened over this year, and Sirianni has learned to not only trust his coordinators, but work in harmony with them. And players are just ready to play. We playing with a little swagger.
Okay. 14 wins, Super Bowl appearance for Ryan. Shane, you're on the clock.
I'm going to say Bryce Huff gets 15 sacks. Comes in, he's been a role player his whole career, but the last 2 years he's been second to only Micah Parsons in terms of pressure rate. The Jets didn't play this guy enough. The Eagles are going to move Hassan Reddick, and it opens up this room for Bryce Huff to come in, and he's going to light the league on fire. 15 sacks. Doesn't quite get to where Reddick was in 2022, but nevertheless, it propels this Eagles pass rush towards the top of the league again. And the Eagles win 15 games.
Stricken for the record. It doesn't count after the whistle.
I got to go with Shane. It was a little more bold. I would love to see the pass rush get back to where it was in 2022. I Texas saying Saquon wins the MVP. Oh, baby.
Let's go.
All right.
You basically have to break the rushing record to do that. So that'd be over a 2,000-yard season, which would just be insane.
2,100.
All right. So I have 3. Shane, you have 2, right?
Yeah.
Yes.
Ryan has 2.
Yeah. Sean has 1. Listen, he's got to matter, folks.
10 sacks for Rudy Poo.
Oh.
Jalen Carter says Rudy Poo.
Wow.
Ooh, the draft prospect you want the Eagles to draft the least. All right. Dives, I'll give it to you first here.
All right, hold on.
Yeah, of course. So you can think more. Yeah, I get it. Cheater.
What?
You always got to be ready with quick answers.
I know. I'm trying to find him in this video. Here we go. Actually, the guy I don't want to see the Eagles drafted by in that like first round there is Chop Robinson. He's an analytics guy. I think he's way more of a developmental kind of guy I would hate to see the Eagles waste a top-notch asset on another edge rusher that's going to need time in the NFL. We already got Nolan Smith. Play Nolan Smith. Chop Robinson in the first round makes no sense.
All right.
Right.
I'm just going to let it go down because I already know I have this in the bag. I'm not confident, folks.
You're like the guy on Who Wants to Be a Millionaire that called his dad to tell him he didn't need help.
Yeah, he's like, I don't need your help. I already won. Listen, folks, it's Tyler Guyton, offensive tackle. We're not drafting a stinking tackle. We don't have the luxury.
Yeah, that goes to Ryan. Tyler Guyton is 1,000% the number one guy I don't want the Eagles to take in the first round. And I'm an Oklahoma guy, but I will be so unbelievably mad if they take Tyler Guyton in the first round.
Man,
Texan says Cooper DeJean. Tyler Guyton or Xavier Worthy for Mr. Rudy Poo. All right. Ryan, this is your question.
I just realized it's impossible for me to win. If Ryan picks me, then we're all at 3 and I have to host and pick the winner. And if he picks Dibes wins. So it's impossible for me to win.
Okay, so you're saying for the way for me to win. All right, guys. We're going to argue the biggest X factor on the Eagles to a successful 2024 season. So who is going to be the X factor in order for the Eagles to have a successful 2024? I will go with Shane first, since Dibes is clearly messing with clocks and such.
There he goes.
All right, it's Jaylen Herz. I mean, the biggest X factor for every team is quarterback. It's Jaylen Herz. If Jaylen Herz plays the way he did in 2022, he's going to automatically be back at MVP levels. The Eagles are going to be contending for a Super Bowl. He's going to have answers in the offense if he executes it at that level. And if he doesn't, it doesn't matter how good the pass rush is. It doesn't matter how good Saquon in the running game is. You're not going to get to the Super Bowl. So it's Jaylen Herz by a mile.
Okay. I like it. Dibes, your rebuttal?
I'm going to go kind of just pick it back off of Shane's. For me, it's got to be offensive coordinator Kellen Moore. More motion, more pre-snap motion in this offense. Get back to those quick slants to A.J. Brown. Get Saquon Barkley involved in the run game. Just an offense that gets the playmakers more in space. An offense that gets the ball more to Devontae Smith. I just want to see more of that middle of the field explored with Dallas Goedert. There's so much more untapped potential in this offense.
Man, this is tough. I basically, for me, it comes down to, I guess, what do I truly believe was the reasoning for the Eagles' struggles in the offense? Was it Jaylen Herz or was it the offense coordinator? And, honestly, I feel like Hertz, to be honest, just didn't have the greatest of seasons. And I don't think it's necessarily going to take an active genius to get these guys in the right spots. So I am going to select Jaylen Herz, Shane.
Really?
That was really close, though, because honestly, the second you said Hertz, I was like, oh, it's over. And then you said Moore. I was like, oh, shit, I didn't even think about that. The old Dives factor of picking somebody random.
All right. Mr. Rudy Poo says, whoever our slot corner is being good. Isaiah Rodgers picking up where he left off with Indianapolis.
Sure.
I text and agrees. Kellen Moore. Ryan says, why not let Kellen Moore be the play caller? I believe he will be, correct?
Yeah, he will be.
Yeah.
He's got final say apparently in the offense. It's supposed to be his to run.
Yep. All right. And this is it, right?
This is for all the marbles.
All right. Last question of the evening. This is kind of fun, right?
Yeah, I like this. Don't even know what the topics are. Just
We're gonna have to save the leftover questions for next time.
Yeah.
How does the offense need to change in 2024? Ryan, I'll throw it to you first here.
Wait, hold on. Not ready.
But don't talk yet. Don't say anything.
I'm not talking. Don't worry. I think I might call another shot here.
They need to draft Tyler Guyton and
listen, plain and simple, how you get this offense back to where it needs to go. You address the right guard position. You can bring somebody in. But more importantly, you balance your run with your pass. You do not become one-dimensional. You do not go away from it when it makes no sense. Simple things are the best. You don't have to be too complicated with this offense. Run the ball. We have one of the best running backs in football right now. Run the damn ball. Mix it up.
All right.
Yeah, Dibs, you're up.
For me, it is a concerted effort into getting Jaylen Herz back on track when it comes to reading the blitz, getting the ball out fast, getting the ball to his playmakers, getting the ball, whether expanding the offense, more motion in the offense to get defenses, off balance, get this Eagles offense to be less predictable. The Eagles defense could not figure out all season long how to read the freaking blitz. Jaylen Herz against the blitz is the story in 2020.
All right. Well, you both make valid points. And I refuse to pick a winner. How about that? Since I was not given a chance to win, I refuse. I object. No. As unfortunately for one of you.
No, I know it.
Because one of you's got to lose. You both have good ideas. But I spent a lot of time yelling about one particular issue in all 22 videos last year. And it was that the Eagles did not have the first clue how to beat the blitz. Jaylen Herz became one of the most blitz quarterbacks in the NFL, and they just tried to yeet 4 verticals into cover 0 blitzes nonstop. And, I mean, just Kellen Moore, if he can install a drag route, he's a genius, because apparently nobody could figure that out last year. So I'm going to have to give this one to Dibes. 4 answers to the blitz. Although bonus points for Ryan. I give Ryan a half a point for saying run the ball with Saquon. So there you go.
Great answer.
He's probably talking to me.
More motion, pre-snap audibles, trickery, run the ball with running backs. Also more as a play caller. Yeah. Man, that's the first time I've beaten Ryan Reese in any kind of show in a long time.
You want to write it down? Just make sure, because again, this probably will not happen again. At least I won't let it happen again.
I love it.
As much as I hate to pick Dibes as a winner there, as much as I hate to cast that winning vote, that final point.
Oh man, I feel like every time you win, and that's what everybody says. I hate to do this, but
I mean, if Ryan would have just, picked me on that one.
I know.
But,
I'm sorry.
it is what it is.
I definitely played to Ryan.
You did. 100%. Two clear linebacker answers. I was like, damn it.
That was some of these. It's like apples to apples. You ever play apples to apples when you get a card and you're like, and you save it for a person because you know exactly they would say,
yeah, exactly.
That card.
Ryan draws the question that how does the Eagles offense get better? And Dibes would be like, well, they need to get better play out of their linebackers so they can get the offense back onto the field more quickly. That's what we should do. Just spin the wheel, and you've got to somehow bring up linebackers in 30 seconds while answering the question.
So good.
I love it.
Well, that's basically our show.
Yeah, that's it. Bye, folks. No.
Tell us. What do I win, Shane? What do I get?
You win for your grand prize, Dives. You win the opportunity to host next week's episode of Birds of the Roundtable. You get to sit in the host chair. No. I don't know. We should have thought that out beforehand.
Probably. You get the hose. Get the hose.
I'll tell you what. You come to Oklahoma, and I'll take you out to dinner next time
there
you're in
it
Oklahoma.
On
me. Dinner on me.
Yeah. I lost a chance at an Oklahomian dinner.
I want
you know what?
Steak.
Runner up. That's also the runner up prize, Ryan.
Hey.
So there you go.
Just a giant steak. Wherever the best steakhouse is, that's where we're going.
Oh, I make the best steaks, so you just have to come to my house for that one.
Deal.
Yeah.
All right. Well, that is going to wrap it up for the Great Eagles free agency and draft debate. I hope you guys enjoyed the show. If you guys have, certain things that you would like for us to cover in a future episode, let us know. We're kind of into that time of the off season where we can be creative with that stuff. And obviously we'll dial into the draft in the coming weeks. And then we're going to have a long off season ahead of us with sadly no football. So if you've got a creative idea, throw it out to one of us in a DM on Twitter, or in the chat here during a show, and maybe we'll feature it on a future show. We can do mailbags. We can do whatever. The world is your oyster. So be sure and you hit us up. Be sure you're following these guys on Twitter. Dibes is at Mr. Crockpot. Ryan is at Philly Sports PSA. Be sure you check out Party on Broad, all of their draft podcasts. They put out so much draft content. It's how they know how to pander these answers to each other, by the way. But,
true.
Whatever. Not bitter. Dibes, plug your stuff. Tell the people what you've got coming out, where they can find all your work.
Working on a top 10 boomer bust video for the NFL draft. Everything got put on hold this weekend because I was sick. Glad my voice is back. It's been a struggle, but working on that. And Party on Broad on Monday nights at 9. We're pretty much always doing something NFL draft related. Yesterday, we tier ranked all the prospects, most of the prospects that we know have met with the Philadelphia Eagles from S to F tier. So go check that out.
All right. And Ryan, tell the people where they can find your stuff, any content you've got coming out. The floor is yours.
Yeah. Obviously outside of this show every Tuesday at 8, Mondays, 6:00 football smack talk show. And then at 9:00 Party on Broad with this guy here, and our good buddy Rob. But yeah, you can find me on other shows. I pop in here or there. So honestly, just link up to the Edge of Philly Sports YouTube. That's the best place to find us. Best place to find all of our draft coverage. I mean, there's so many videos out there that if you are just somebody that wants to get more involved, or maybe learn a little bit more about a specific prospect, or just dive right in head first, Edge of Philly Sports, that's where to go. All of those videos there will break down every position, every player, everybody you can think of. Honestly, we've probably done something. So do that. Do yourself a favor. And then last but not least, make sure you guys are following these two. They put out amazing stuff on X, and are wonderful follows.
All right. Yeah. Be sure you're following these guys. You can check me out on Twitter at Sean Half NFL. I mean, Shane Half NFL.
I just noticed the Sean. RIP to Sean and his 1 point.
Hey, I had 3.
No, Shane, that's never going to
Sean had
I am 1,000% calling you Sean for the next month. That's so funny.
I once had a 7th grade biology teacher that knew my mom because my mom was a school nurse and had worked with her for years. And she started calling me Sean the first day of school. And my name was Shane on the roll. I would write Shane on all of my papers, but I never corrected her. I just wanted to see how long it would go. And I made it through the whole semester without her realizing she was calling me the wrong name.
Nice. That's commitment right there.
Yeah, I just committed to the bit. So you never know. But Yeah, haven't been as active on Twitter lately. I'm doing some draft scouting. I'm working on my final position group right now, which is defensive backs, so I can get my big board stacked. My intention is to do the short, like 2-minute scouting report videos for each of my top 50 prospects. I did 100 last year. Living through a remodel is difficult. So we're shooting for 50 this year, and no promises, but I'm going to try to start rolling those out probably like 2 weeks from now. So you can check those out. But between now and then, it'll mostly be me complaining about new NFL rules on Twitter. So if you like that, you can catch me there. Be sure you're following these guys. Be sure you follow the Birds of the Roundtable account where we go live every Tuesday night at 8 o'clock. We'll be back next week talking about something. I don't know. We'll figure it out between now and then. But we will catch you guys next week for another episode of Birds of the Roundtable.